So I am against that because I don't think natural gas is a clean source of energy, not the way they're extracting it now with the carcinogenic chemicals that they're going to be putting in. And I testified on that behalf. And I think that the citizenry of Gloucester City, being as we're on the river and we get our drinking water here and we water our tomatoes with this water, at least I do, should be concerned with these gas companies, even in upstate Pennsylvania, drilling unsafely and polluting our water. And I think we could look into it some more for our own best interests. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. If you want to keep us advised of it, because that's the first I've ever heard of anything like that.
That's too bad because it's.
I was just up on that job up in north, above Williamsport. They were doing it, but I didn't know they were doing it around here. Now I know up there.
They're not doing it around here, but water flows downhill, you know.
Exactly. Right. We're not a surface water. We don't drink surface water. We're not a surface water plant. We get our water from the aquifers. But like you said, I seen a big show now. What they're doing is they go down. They are a lot of people. You probably seen the show. People.
Gasland, yeah.
Yeah, Gasland. I just watched it the other night. But you're right. That's some nasty stuff.
Well, there was a hearing tonight in Trenton, and I testified. Delaware River Basin Commission. The Delaware River Basin Commission encompasses New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, and Delaware, because that's where the basin is, okay? And they go, New Jersey goes by Pennsylvania state regulations because we don't regulate our water, the Delaware River. We don't have the resources to do that. We go by other people's regulations. So what they do upstate will ultimately affect us. Thanks.
Anybody else for the follow-up?
Joyce Llewellyn, 508 Nicholson Road. You know, I've been stewing for a long time over that missing picture in the back from the series. Somebody put up something else there, which is fine, but it doesn't fit at all. If I can get hold of the original, and Mrs. Sinitis does have the original painting, and have that enlarged, photographed and enlarged, would you give me permission to hang it up?
I don't have a problem with that at all, Louisa. I'm still trying to figure out where the picture went.
I would like to know. And when I called her, she was flabbergasted. She
Really?
had no clue.
Yeah.
She said, and she got kind of a little bit hysterical, really. But it doesn't make any sense because all the other chapters, and one's a little tilted right now, but all the other chapters are here. And then we've got that other, I don't know who put that up, and it was kind of in the film.
I don't even know. Jack, you know who put that up? Joe Stecker. Where did he get that?
He found it somewhere in one of the...
Well, he would be able to tell. Joey's not stupid. I mean, sometimes he's crazy, but he's not stupid. But he should know that that does not go fit. Does not fit. Then I will make the arrangements for Mrs. Sinitis. Okay? Thank you. Go ahead.
Permits for Jack.
Oh, okay. But I'll get the original from her. Thank you.
Trixie Graham, 25 Bernard Avenue. I read where Steve Mooney retired from the police department, and I just wanted to say, as a member of the public, I want to thank him for all the years of service he's given to this community. He's always been a gentleman. There's been incidents on our street where one day he almost tackled me because he didn't want me to say a young boy that died, and they told me it was one name, and I said, no, it isn't, because I saw him, and I identified the boy. And he was always the kindest, caring police officer I've ever met. And I just want to put my 2 cents as a member of the public. We were very lucky having him at Steve Mooney.
Yep, I worked with Steve for a lot of years, about 20 years, and he's a good cop. He will be missed.
Marge Keenan, 328 Walnut Avenue, Gloucester City. As your municipal coordinator to Camden County for seniors, we did not meet on last month. However, at our February meeting, Joy Murillo, who is our Director of Senior and Disabled Seniors, she is expecting a 40% reduction in her staff. They currently are off every other Friday. No other county, she said, is being hit as much as Camden County. SCUCS, that's the SCUCS, is not presently affected. However, Sanhan Transportation will have cuts. There will be no Mr. Fix-It program, no Will workshops, and the Lakeland Citizen Day Center for seniors will be closed. They had 138 attendees daily. She suggested we attend our 2011 Freeholder meeting in Gloucester City. Will be March 17th at 7 p.m. at the Cold Spring School. So I expect to be there. I also would like our legal gentleman, Mr. Corn, to look this piece of paper over and see if he agrees with it. I'd like to have it placed in the Gloucester City News. Just to let you know that it is correct. You want me to read it to the public?
Sure, you can.
Your will. A will is a legally enforceable written instrument directing the distribution of a person's property after death. Your will be the most important paper you ever sign. It directs the distribution of your property among your survivors. It states whom you want to administer your property and assets, to whom you want to leave them, and the conditions under which the people you name are to receive them. It also concerns such matters as who will be the guardian of your children if they're underage. The court will likely uphold your will if A, it is properly executed and witnessed by 2 witnesses must be present when you sign your will, and they also will sign in your presence. And B, at the time you signed it, you were 1, of age, 18 in New Jersey, and 2, of sound mind, and 3, free of undue influence. Items of value may be distributed to specific named individuals. For example, your car to your oldest son, grandmother's china to your only daughter, a distinctive ring to a dear named friend. Leaving out details can lead to pitfalls. It is vital you spell out your desires, specifically and unmistakably, leaving nothing to chance. Your will should be drawn as though you expect to die tomorrow. Review it whenever there is an important change in your finances or family situation.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public?
I forgot mine.
No.
Steve. Behave
All right, I'll let you.
You know, for the last 5 years, we've been complaining about the bridge in Brooklyn where it had a plate. Well, we now have 2 plates, one on this side and one on this side. It is dangerous. It is dangerous to the people of Gloucester. It's dangerous to the people of Brooklyn. I went to that meeting and they said they were going to do something about it. Nothing's still done. We have 2 plates now. It is really dangerous. I can't imagine there's big fire trucks going back and forth over it. I'm really concerned, and I'm getting more concerned, and I'm going to the Freeholder meeting, and this will be the 3rd time I've talked to them about it, and they're not listening to me. They're not listening at all. And I went on the worksheet for the county because they said they were going to do something. They're not even on the list to get done. You know, we've got to do something here.
We've been in contact. Jack, I'm not going to minister the recent contact.
Probably a week ago, Mayor.
About a week ago. And what was discussed at that time?
Basically, as I told you before, they had everything ready, and then the engineer went belly up. They had to start the process all over again. Now Mr. Graham was holding up. The Bob Kelly, who was a long-time county engineer, has just retired. They just hired a new county engineer, and she's getting up to snuff. And I just talked to her last week.
you know, all that's happening is one thing, and I can understand things changing, but we have an emergency situation as far as I personally understand it. And anybody goes down there and looks at it, knows it's dangerous. You know, and they've got to do something. And if we've got to hold their feet, if I got to get out there and pick a time, I swear to God I'm going to do it. And I'm going to take those old girls in the back row with me. Because I think it's dangerous to be enforced, or I really do.
We're just as frustrated as you.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Your time's fine.
Okay, I'm carrying the sign.
I'm waiting for some answers to this. The firewall came our way. Now, they don't pay any taxes, do they?
No.
Is it still a fire?
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing I'm trying to find out is why I look over there, because we pay taxes to support that fire. But every night I look over there, and, you know, there's lights on early evening, they're on in the middle of the night, they're on the whole night. If somebody is down there, please don't turn it out. It would save us a couple of bucks. And, you know, the only thing I can say is, I don't know of any firemen down there now, except for when they pull their cars or someone doing work on it or something in there. But I'm not going to yag about that because these guys are too hard to begin with. So the only thing I think it would behoove some of us turn the lights out once in a while. Anyway.
Thanks, Steve. Anybody else in the public?
Madison, 1017 Market Street, Gloucester. I just wanted to say, I don't know if anybody wrote off the accident, the school bus accident last week, but I just wanted to say what a quick response from all our departments and how well they handled it out there, which leads me to the question. That section right there where the railroad tracks in before the ball field is really, really dark. And especially when we had an incident like this where we had to put all the kids on the grass. It was pitch dark and they were really afraid of the dark. Wondering if we could get some kind of lighting out there, which would help in the summer when we go by with all those kids playing ball. So I don't know if you
We'll
contact.
definitely look into that. That wasn't because of this accident.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, it's, you know, the kids were all on the grass and it was really hard to see. Like, we had flashlights and stuff, but we should have had proper lighting out.
Okay, thanks, man.
I'd like to follow up on that comment. As President Board of Education, I appreciate deeply the response and how those children were taken care of very quickly and very professionally. But I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to say it again, as a matter of record, that people going back and forth to work, and I know this was a different situation, are using the boulevard and Nicholson Road as a high-speed way to travel because there are no traffic lights per se. And I mentioned this before, we could be making a lot of money by passing out some tickets once in a while on those two locations. They come down off the Walt Whitman Bridge or they come even from Ben Franklin and then they go on those roads because there are no traffic lights and they're on their way to get on to whatever the highway is. You can tell I'm not a driver. So that they can get south faster. And going to work time and going home time is like, don't try to cross the street.
Thanks, Steve. I'll pass that information on to the chief.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, something brought my attention to this. Mr. Brophy was out at that meeting we had there with you.
Yes.
About these stop signs. Remember we told you how they come off out of the lot there and shoot right down to 6th Street and they run anywhere from 40, 45 miles an hour. They get down here so they get around this corner or something.
Yes, and I
think
said
you
no
spoke
problem.
about checking on
Yes,
having a 4-way stop sign.
yes.
I would
Probably
appreciate-
not every street, right? We talked about every other.
Well, yeah, well, whatever you can get in there because we need it. It's a dead run when you come out of that lot and go right on down, and they do race down because they're going to go Jersey Avenue, where they're going to go.
Until they get to the end, the potholes rip the bottom of your car out.
Yeah.
Well, we got a pothole right there back of the firewall.
caved in.